all doom and gloom today. You said last year, I don't know what you knew that you actually made that beginning of the year, you listed a couple of things you knew were going to happen. And that included the fact that Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyemang was likely to be retained as running mate to President John Mahama. How did you get to know that? Had the decision been made at the time? Were you in the known ahead of time, or you were just guessing?
Well, I would say that in this political game, as we all grow and as we become accustomed to the nuances, you can see signs and you can predict quite safely, and that's all I did. And I was also particularly impressed with the work rate of my very adorable, hardworking, and affable boss, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyemang. Let me congratulate her on her nomination, which has been overwhelmingly endorsed today by the Council of Elders and the National Executive Committee of the party. You look at her track record, how she delivered at the Ministry of Education, how when she became running mate in the 2020 election, her region, central region, I mean, we moved from 4 seats to 13 seats. We halved the presidential votes. And then if you also look at the fact that for the first time in our country's history, you have a political party in opposition increasing the number of seats to the extent that we have a hung parliament as we speak, 137, 137. It's never happened. If you look at the trends,
but every
president going into a second term increases the number of seats. The opposition reduces the number of seats. If you check particularly 2004, you look at 2012. But this is the first time that you've seen a formidable pair in the John and Jane ticket doing so well. So I really was under no doubt at all that the party was going to retain His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and in that same spirit, the running mate will also be retained because the pair had done so well. They had, set new records. They had really performed incredibly well, that there was no doubt in my mind that if we retained the pair, it will be, a safe pair of hands for our party. It will be such a formidable force, and that the next election, December 7, 2024, will be ours for the taking. And, and I'm very, very confident that this is the victory team. This is a team that will deliver the the rescue that many Ghanaians are looking for from the claws of, the Akufo-Addo regime, which has been such an abysmal performance. It's been a disastrous performance. It's been a calamitous performance. It's been a very, terrible performance, which has brought untold hardship. For the first time, we are talking about insolvency. We are talking about the country becoming bankrupt. We are seeing Moody's, Fitch, Standard & Poor's downgrade us to junk status. Never happened in our history. We're seeing for the first time people are forced to take financial haircuts, a domestic debt exchange program. Things that have never happened before. Unemployment is at an all-time high, 14.7%. Who would have thought that Ghana, which used to be a shining example, a country that has never defaulted on its debt, that became the poster child of even the Bretton Woods, that other countries were asked to look up to us in terms of how the economy is managed, how we are, credible when it comes to, our indebtedness, how we have never, exceeded over 100% in terms of debt to GDP ratio, how we've had largely a stable economy. All of that have become history. So we need a team that have experience, that have pedigree, that have gravitas, that can, send us to the promised land. And that's where the John and Jane ticket comes in. And I'm really, really excited today. And you can tell that the rank and file of our party really, overjoyed, really, by this selection. And I'm not surprised that so far there has been no resistance from the Council of Elders, from the National Executive Committee. I'm told that things went very, very smoothly. And I can only commend His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for this really fantastic choice. This is really the choice that delivers the victory that the Ghanaian people are yearning for the NDC.
But